Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new here, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. I make content about fitness, spirituality, self-development, and try-on hauls, so make sure you guys join the fam. And if you don't already have me on Instagram or TikTok, you guys can follow me at Lici Fit. Okay friends, so I'm currently in a rush to go to the gym, so I'm gonna make this intro very quick. But today's video, as you guys can see in the title, is I recently changed my goals. Back in December, I was on like a month trip, and I ended up being sick about 2 to 2.5 weeks, and then I also had a wedding to go to and just so many different things going on. So I was barely working out at all. If I was, it was at home. I wasn't on top of my protein goal. Everything was just all over the place. So I honestly lost a lot of progress. Before the trip, I was 138 pounds and I was in a slight calorie deficit. And then after the trip, I also had to stop taking creatine for 1 week because I ran out while I was down there. So I really lost a lot of water weight and just some muscle mass in general. So like I said, I was 138 pounds before that 1 month trip, and then now I'm 133.6. So I really want to get back to where I was and really just build more muscle and get back to around 138, 140. I don't necessarily have a goal weight really, but I just want to get my muscle mass back, especially in my glutes. Okay, so I put myself on a new program. I train myself on my app. So this program is really going to focus on glutes. I want my glutes to basically be obnoxiously bigger than my quads and my hamstrings. I was doing 3 leg days. Now I'm going to do 2 leg days. It's gonna be a quad and glute day and then a hamstring and glute day. But I took out so many hamstring and quad isolation movements and I replaced it with glute stuff. I'm gonna put you guys through my quad and glute day, but it's really more glute focused so that I can really grow those glutes. I need to head out because I'm already running behind. I have a call in like 3 hours, so I need to get on top of this workout, but I will see you guys at the gym. All right guys, so I just pulled up to the gym. I haven't gone to this gym in so long because I've been going to my apartment gym. So I already see that the parking lot is super packed. Even though I've been lifting for so long, I still get gym anxiety, especially if there's a ton of people in there. I don't want to wait for things and like, I'm not excited to go in, but I am excited. I'm excited for my workout, but not excited to deal with crowds and a bunch of people. But we shall see how it is. I'm gonna go in there now. See you guys soon.
Alright my friends, so first things first is you always want to make sure that you're warming up and just getting the blood flowing to the muscles that you're about to work. So you want to start off doing dynamic stretches. Dynamic stretches are something you want to do before a workout, and it basically is just doing a controlled movement for the movements that you're about to do in your workout routine. And then static stretches are something you would want to do after a workout where you're holding for like 30 to 45 seconds and you're staying still in a stretch. So you definitely do not want to do that before a workout. So make sure if you guys are doing the stretch like I'm doing right now, the lunge, that you're not holding it too long. Alright, so the next movement that I go into after the lunge stretch is the dynamic pigeon pose. So like I mentioned before, you definitely don't want to hold it too long, but this opens up my hips and gives me a really good stretch before I do movements that involve opening my hips, obviously. This movement is going to open up your hips, and the resistance band is going to give you a lot of resistance to really feel that stretch in your hips. This is called the lateral leg raise. So all you're going to do is put the band right above your knees. And I just raised my leg for 12 reps on each leg. And I only do like 1 set of this because a long time ago, I used to spend so much time warming up, and it's such a waste of time because it's literally just wasting your time of you actually getting into the workout. So I just do 1 set of these, and then after I'm done with these, doing the 12 on each leg, I'll go straight into air squats, and I kind of do like a pulse squat at the end. So when I go down, I'll just kind of pulse and then come up just to really feel a good stretch and get myself ready for all the movements that I'm about to perform. Lastly, I like to do some glute kickback action with the bands. I do this to just get myself warmed up and get my glutes super fired up. So I tend to do like 10 to 12 in each leg, and I only do it for 1 set. So after that, I just go straight into the workout. Since I'm in a new program to really focus on my glutes more and not so much my quads, I actually do hip thrusts first, and I don't do barbell squats anymore. So I took out squats. That's something I used to do first, and now I just do hip thrusts as my main compound movement that I start off with. The equipment at this gym is very different from commercial gyms, so it's actually Arsenal strength equipment, and this hip thrust machine by itself is 60 pounds. I start off by adding 45 pounds on each side, so total that is 150 pounds. For hip thrusts, I do 4 sets, and I start off the first set doing a higher rep range. So I'll do 12 reps at a lighter weight, and as I go up, I lower the rep range, and I do a heavier weight. I'm not gonna lie, so when I first came to this gym, I had no idea how to use this machine, so I was just doing the barbell hip thrust. I actually prefer doing barbell hip thrust, to be honest, but it's just a lot to set up, so that's why I use this machine. But yeah, it's very simple to use, as you guys saw. Alright, so this is set number 2. I decided to keep the same weight because I wasn't ready to move up yet. Like I mentioned before in the video, this is my first time coming back to the gym and just lifting heavier after a long break of not really lifting, so I didn't want to go too crazy. But the third set is when I upped the weight a bit. I added 10 pounds on each side, which is actually 170 pounds, and I actually haven't hip thrust that amount in a while. Using this machine makes me forget that this is actually usually heavier than I would do for a barbell hip thrust, so these were a bit of a challenge. That's why I kind of went down for my last set that I ended up doing. Alright, so exercise number 2 is the only quad focused exercise that I do on the quad day now. So the leg press makes your quads extra juicy. I put 45 pounds on each side, and I was able to do, I think, only 6 reps, even though I wrote 8 reps for myself. So I do 3 sets currently of these when I usually used to do 4. I do 4 sets for other exercises in this workout, and that's why I only make this one 3 since glutes are more my focus. The third exercise is Bulgarian split squats. I make these 4 sets because it focuses on your glutes and your quads. This really grows your lower glutes and just makes them so perky, and it makes your quads look massive, so it's a really good combo for both. There's different ways that you can perform the Bulgarian split squat, but if you want to focus more on your glutes and have better stability, the best way to do it is have a low platform and also go on the ball of your toes, because it's going to target your glutes way more, and it just helps you have more balance, which is ideal for this movement because so many people struggle with balance. I also do want to mention, for the girls that want to focus more on their glutes like me, if you want to do that, you want to make sure that you're slightly leaning forward, and if you want to focus more on your quads during this movement, you would just want to stand a bit more upright. This exercise is called the single leg hip thrust with the dumbbell. This is probably one of the most underrated exercises for glutes. It targets each cheek individually, and it has made a huge difference, which is why I just love incorporating it in my program. In order to perform this movement, you need to make sure that you have a bench, and the bench needs to be right below your shoulder blades, and you also want to make sure that your legs are at a 90-degree angle. So it's honestly best to perform this exercise in front of a mirror if you can for the side view, just so you can make sure that your form's correct, otherwise it might be hard to tell. So what you're going to do is you're going to thrust up the same way you would for a regular hip thrust, except the only difference is that you're only working one leg at a time. So the non-working leg, you're just going to casually bring that up and make sure you're not putting it way over your range of motion. Okay, so I tried to film in a different angle for you guys, but the lighting was just horrible on my face, like everything's overexposed. But I wanted to show the front view of how everything looks. So you want to make sure that the working foot, your heel is literally glued to the ground. You want to make sure you really think of your glutes while you're performing the exercise to have a good mind-muscle connection, and also rest your arm the way that I did to keep you balanced. Alright friends, we are not done yet. The back extensions are next. If you guys follow me on social media, you see me post this one all the time, and that's because this is the one exercise that truly grows your top glute and makes it so perky. It not only grows your top glute, but it also grows your hamstrings, and it really works your lower back. So when you first do this, you might think that your lower back has pain, but it's actually just sore because you're not used to training your lower back. So doing this exercise can actually help you do better on like your deadlifts, your RDLs. Whether you're holding a dumbbell or a plate, you guys want to make sure that you're holding it away from your body and just keeping your arms straight to really target those glutes. When I perform these, I do 4 sets and I go till failure. That's something new I started doing because I really want to tire out my glutes and grow them the best I can, so try to go till failure. Alright, so lastly, we have the Glute Medius Kickback on the cable machine. You do need to buy these from Amazon because most gyms do not supply the ankle attachment. So what you're going to do is you're going to attach it on your ankle and you're going to put it at a low weight, so maybe like 5 or 10 pounds. And then you're going to attach it to the machine, and when you kick back with the working foot, you want to slightly put the working foot, like point your toes out, and it's gonna really target your upper glute. And all you need to do is stand upright. Like, you don't need to bend so far down and kick back way too high up out of your range of motion. Just stand upright, point your toe out, and you'll feel it in your top glute. In this new program, I programmed myself to be 16 reps. For this exercise, I used to do 12 reps, but I wanted to try to work on doing higher reps and just lighter weight, so I did 16, and eventually I'm probably going to make these 20 reps. I also wanted to add that since I'm now only doing 2 leg days, I do 6 exercises, and I'm just not used to that because I was doing 3 leg days for the longest time and only doing like 4 to 5 exercises. So I was like, damn, like I'm really trying to be over with this workout, but yeah, it's definitely a lot. The reason why people do 3 leg days is because it splits it up into a separate day, which makes you be able to do less in one day. But if you do 2 leg days, you kind of have to do a bit more. Okay friends, so that concludes the workout. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I really hope that you learned something and just got some value from me. Make sure you guys comment below what you want to see next, and I will see you guys in the next upload. And don't forget to subscribe to your girl.